It's Word Time with Princess.
Welcome everybody, it's another amazing and beautiful time with Princess, and I trust that last week's topic really blessed your life, because for me it did. Okay, we talked about being solution oriented, and I let us know that that results and impact cannot be terminated, it cannot be denied or ignored by anybody. So even if they don't like your face, even if they don't like what you're doing, but when you're someone of impact and results, definitely they are gonna key into what you're doing, whether they like it or not. Okay, so I also let us know that you can attract the kind of people you want in your life. Now you need to take care of your thoughts, your imaginations, what you let into your heart and your mind. So you need to be careful what you think of or what you assume. All right, because imagination is very, very powerful. So be a person of impact, a solution, help people out there, give, and God will bless you. Today we're going to be looking at something beautiful, something really, really amazing, and I'm believing God that it's going to bless you as well. Today we're going to be looking at stand out. We're going to be looking at stand out. Stand out. Now, someone will be like, what does it mean to stand out? Standing out means being different, being separated, doing something ordinary, doing it extraordinarily. Okay, being different, being separated from your equals. Most times, for you to be able to do something of worth, you need to be separated from your equals. That's true. You need to be different from them. Okay, so 1 Corinthians chapter 5 verse 58. Therefore, my beloved brethren, be steadfast, immovable, always abounding in the work of the Lord, knowing that your labor is not in vain in the Lord. Okay, he's just trying to tell us to be steadfast. What does it mean to be steadfast? What does it mean to be immovable? Just hold on. Don't shake. In Igbo, they always say the shaky. Carry on. Don't let the things you see move you, or maybe that experience you're having. Okay, Paul from the above scripture said, be steadfast, immovable, always abounding in whatever you are doing. He was simply saying stand out, and you cannot stand out without being consistent in what you are doing. Now, you cannot be different, you cannot be extraordinary, you cannot stand out in what you are doing if you're not consistent. Now, I also want to bring us to realize that social media has a way of, making people believe that they're not doing anything. You're doing something, you've done the first one, you've done the second one, you've done the third one, but sometimes when you look at maybe your views or something, you'll be like, nobody is seeing me. They are seeing you. And then maybe you are into a business, but maybe you're not frequently getting all those customers or whatever. Don't worry, you will get them. You need to stand out by being consistent. Now, I also want to, let me bring it back home. Standing out, like I said, means being different. Doing something ordinary in an extraordinary way. Now, let me bring it in a little. Let me just chip in something here. For those that watch, for most of us that watch Z Word, now in the beginning or in the end of that series or episode or whatever, they'll be like extraordinary every day. And you notice that these people, they have a way of staging people. Now, when you stand out, when you're different, when you're someone who is consistent, when you're someone that turns ordinary things to extraordinary, you have a way of staging people. You have a way of captivating their heart. So when I talk about being standing out, I don't mean what I'm trying to say is that when you're standing out, there's a point you get to. You captivate people's hearts. They just want to, know if you have, dropped something. But it can only happen. Now people are watching you. It can only happen when you are consistent in that thing you're doing. A lot of people, they've backed out because maybe they were laughed at, or someone mimicked you, or someone maybe ridiculed you, someone said something and then you decided to close. No. Be consistent. Nobody stands out by accident. Anybody who stood out did something that made him outstanding. Okay? Nobody stands out by accident. Anybody who stood out did something that made him outstanding. Any man who stood out did something extra, more than what others did. Now, when you're also watching that Z Word, I'm using it as a point of reference, okay? When you're watching that movie, you notice that there are things that are being done in Epic that cannot be done in Z Word, or that are not being done there. They have a way of keeping you in suspense, so that you will yearn for the next episode. So that the next day you ask if the time has reached, so that you go and watch that, something like that. So someone who has consistently worked on himself, done something, has the way of attracting people, captivating. They just want to, keep coming. Consistency is everything, even though everything is not consistency. Now, I also need you to know that consistency also means being focused until your distraction becomes distracted. Consistency also means being focused until your distraction becomes distracted by your focus. All right? So you need to be consistent. Distractions are very beautiful. Like when they come, you not even know that it is, a distraction. But when you are consistent, it helps. Even that distraction will now start, getting distracted. When someone comes to distract you, and then you're not the one distracting the person. It means you don't give into what doesn't add to what you are doing, okay? It means you don't give in to what is not adding to what you're doing. So when I talked about purpose, I said that purpose simplifies your life. Purpose makes you to know what to do and what not to do. Purpose makes you to know when to eat, what to eat, when to eat, or even the kind of course to study. Consistency also does the same thing, actually. Now, purpose helps you to not play all the time. So someone who is focused, someone who is consistent, knows when to play and when not to play. Someone who is focused knows when to draw the line. Do you understand me? So you need to be consistent, be focused. Don't let things get to you. You shift here, you shift here. Don't let things get to you. When you're focused, when your mind and your attention is focused on what you're doing, you don't get distracted by anything. You don't start hearing who said and who did not say. Okay, consistency pays, though it requires a lot. Just like Paul said it requires steadfastness, all right, and to be immovable at what you are doing, even when you have reasons to give up. Life will throw so many things at you. Life will give you a lot of things. Life will keep throwing a lot at you. But please don't give up. Don't give up. When you have that consciousness that what I am doing is affecting somebody, or what I am doing will definitely produce results one day, then you will not give up. Even when there are reasons to. Only consistent people can make it to the top. The world doesn't celebrate everybody, but people who has consistently done what others couldn't do. Consistency takes people to the top. People don't celebrate everybody or just anybody. They celebrate people who did what others couldn't do. So consistency helps you. Imagine starting something and then for some time you left it and came back to it. You notice that it will kind of be a bit difficult for you. It will be like a child who is starting to walk again. The gifts and the things God has endowed you with cannot benefit you without consistency. Excellency is not an act, it's a behavior. Accomplishments sprout out in the soil of consistency. You cannot do well jumping from one business to another. You cannot do well jumping from one business to another. You cannot do well jumping from one organization to another, from one thing to another. You are not sure of what you want with your life and what you want to do. You cannot even do well jumping from one church to another. Yes, one ministry to another. You can't do well. Most times, the reason why the prayers of your man of God works for others and is not working for you is because you are not staying at a place. He released the word. God released the word through him. Now walk with it now. But you just want where the thing is happening quickly. So you just keep jumping from one place to another, from one ministry to another, from one local assembly to another. You won't get it. The same with business. You will not get it in business if you keep jumping from one thing to another. You're not sure of what you want. Staying true until the dream is achieved. That is turning your raw materials into a rare material. Refusing to take no for an answer. Staying focused is in a diffused generation, continuing to do something despite the difficulties. Continue to do it despite the difficulties, despite the things you're seeing. Continue. It's difficult to actually stay focused in our generation now. But please stay at a place. Focus on that thing you're doing. Stay one place. Okay, next thing we're going to be looking at, last thing we're going to be looking at here is the power of consistency. We're going to be looking at 10 powers of consistency. It trains and helps you to build capacity. You become an expert in what you have consistently done. It helps you to build capacity. Helps you to build capacity. You become an expert. Nobody can do the thing you do. So that means when you become an expert in that thing, people can actually want to emulate you, learn from you, or even try to do it like you, but they will not get it because you are the master of the game. The second point, it gives skill and experience. You gather experience and skill when you are consistent. You gather experience, you learn more. Your mind is enlightened. You become more enlightened, more educated. You are exposed. And you can even acquire beautiful skills. You have experience. You can know what to do. The third point I have here is it makes you a consultant. What do I mean? People will consult you in that area you have been consistent. Question like, how did you do it? How did you make it? How did you overcome? How? You become a consultant. They would want to know what you did, and by so doing, you can even tell them or teach them what and what to do. You can encourage them You become a consultant. You are able to tell them what to do. The fourth point, it makes you live in the world of ease. A man who is consistent doesn't struggle with what he has mastered. It makes you live in the world of ease. When I talked about purpose, I also said that purpose makes you, purpose simplifies your life. All right? Purpose simplifies your life. It makes things easy. It makes you to know what to do, when to do it, and how to do it. So consistency here also helps you make your world at ease, and it also helps you not to struggle. You don't what what is inside of you, you cannot struggle to deliver. You don't struggle to deliver. The fifth point is, it blesses you and makes you a blessing. It makes you a blessing to others and empower you for greatness. Okay, what you know, it blesses you. While you're doing it, it's actually ministering to you, or it is blessing your life at the same time blessing another person. Okay, the sixth point I have here is, it gives you an expected result. Gives you an expected result. You cannot be consistent and not get result. You cannot be consistent and not get result. Like a student who studied very well, a student who burnt a night candle solving mathematics to find x and y, and then finally went to the exam and did all those formula thing and found it. When you get your result, you'll be proud of yourself. Like you deserved it. The seventh point I have, it establishes your reputation. It makes you a master and places you above people. It establishes your reputation. It makes you a master. People would want to, connect with you naturally. They just want to, cling to you and learn from you. The eighth point I have here is, create habits which changes your identity for the best. Okay, a consistent person develops a habit of doing what he has mastered or what has mastered him. 9.1 here is, makes you measure success over time. It helps you to know if you're making progress. Okay, so it helps you to know. It helps you to measure your success. Now, it also helps you to, know when you're doing well. Like you're doing something now, and then maybe later you can now go to the previous ones you've done, compare it to the one you're doing currently, and know how well you are doing. Know if you are lacking behind or if you're actually moving forward, and know what to subtract and what to add in the next thing you are doing. The last point I have here is, it makes you stand out and it distinguishes you. It makes you stand out. It distinguishes you. It makes you unique. It makes you different. Consistency is better than talent. Hard work achieves more when talent refuses to work hard. Now, please, in 2022, please, in 2022, be steadfast. Be immovable, be steadfast, be strong, be patient, and be okay, and you will receive a resounding blessing and you also have an amazing day. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for your time. Thank you for loving. Thank you for staying tuned. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow on my page at WordTimeWithPrincess. Thank you. God bless you. Bye.
It's Word Time with Princess.
The biggest prophecy that will determine your future are your friends. Show me your friend and I'll tell you who you are.
Every Sunday by 5 p.m. Follow us on this social media platforms: Facebook, Princess Chidiera Job; YouTube, Word Time with Princess. We inspire you to a great height.